For better or worse, each of the 10 records broken you'll see in this video were completely unpredictable not too long ago, displaying that we've gotten to witness a high volume of generationally great and innovative players all at once in the 2020 NBA season. Every record listed today was the first time we've ever seen it happen in league history. To be clear, these are in no particular order. Having said that, the first of 2 records broken by Luka Doncic you'll see in this video is the longest streak of games with 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists of all time. Jordan did it 18 straight games back in 1989, and from the 5th game of 2019-20 up until December 12th, when he dropped a 41-point triple-double on the Pistons, Luka hit 20 straight 25-5 games. This just proves to us that Luka's repertoire on the court is a well-rounded masterpiece. The man has MVP-like qualities in every aspect of the game. The second record broken this season comes from Zion Williamson, who since debuting in January, put together a sensational run of games for the Pels. The rookie phenom remarkably came close to being one of 2 NBA players to average 24 points per night and play less than 31 minutes per game. Currently 1.7 points behind that mark, Giannis remains the only player to do that, but Williamson did pass another future Hall of Famer in Carmelo Anthony to set the new all-time great NBA mark for consecutive 20-plus point games by a teenager. Melo put up 9 straight back in the 2003-2004 season, but from January 31st to March 4th of this year, Williamson crushed Anthony's mark to put together 13 straight games of 20-plus points at just the age of 19 years old. Detroit basketball legend Sheed and Hawks fringe all-star Jay Smoove got close, but the Raptors center Mahfouz Chef signified his versatility by setting this incredible mark. Serge Ibaka became the first player in the history of the league to reach 500 three-pointers while having 1,500 blocks. Toronto's stretch big has had a breakout season on and off the court, as Ibaka's averaged a career high in scoring and has become a YouTube sensation in the process with his How Hungry Are You series. Earlier this season on December 11th and 13th, James Harden scored 55 and 54 points in back-to-back games. He also added 10 threes in each of those nights. This was the first time any players ever recorded back-to-back 50-point games with at least 10 triples. Also, on the night James set this record, he was on an incredible scoring tear, as this outing was his 4th 50-point game in his past 7 outings, and just over 25 games into the new season, it was already his 7th 50-point game of the year. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to seeing if James Harden can regain this type of rhythm in Orlando. Given they had 15 wins with 17 games to go, it didn't seem like the Warriors would set this next unfortunate record. After half a decade of league dominance and championship glory, the Dubs have turned into the L's, as in 2019-20, the Golden State Warriors tied the miserable post-LeBron 2010-11 Cavaliers to become the team with the biggest single-season win drop-off ever. Unsurprisingly, every previous team to suffer a 30-win drop-off lost one of the best players in NBA history, plus other key assets either to free agency, sale, trade, or extended injury. The Warriors lost Durant to free agency, Iguodala via trade, Sean Livingston to retirement, and the Splash Brothers due to injury. And just like that, Golden State went from having an overstuffed cast of future Hall of Famers to starting undrafted rookie Kai Bowman and second-round pick Eric Pascal in 2019-20. If there's one lesson the Warriors' bad luck can teach us fans, it's that when our teams become top contenders, and if we get lucky enough to witness a championship dynasty like fans in the Bay did, let's savor the moment, because as many situations like this one have proved in the past, the winning could be all gone in an instant. There's no better feeling for a fan than finally getting back to the playoffs, but usually when your team gets back there for the first time in years, they're a lower seed, or at the very highest if they had a breakout season, the 3rd or 4th seed. But the Showtime 2.0 2020 Lakers have, conversely to the Warriors, positively broken new ground in league history. There's never been a team to win the 1st seed after not making the playoffs in the previous 5 seasons. Thanks to a whopping 42 from the former number 1 pick Anthony Davis, where he showed off why he has some of the best handles among big men and shooting as well, the Lakers clinched that number 1 seed. And given AD's acquisition is the main reason why the Lakers are so good this year, him going off to secure the Lakers the top seed in the West seems like it was meant to be. During LA's 108-95 win over the Mavs back on December 29th, LeBron recorded 13 assists, which put him over 9,000 dimes in his career. This made LeBron the only man in league history with 30,000 points, 9,000 rebounds, as well as 9,000 assists. Regardless of whether you agree with him or like him, LBJ's a once-in-a-lifetime talent. We have to recognize him as one of, and debatably the best to ever do it. You also can't forget he's the only player in the history books to be top 10 in both points and assists. The greatest dunker of all time, the man who saved basketball north of the border and then broke their hearts, Vince Carter has now officially played the most seasons of anyone in league history. In my records video last season, with 21 seasons played, Dirk Nowitzki was mentioned for tying the all-time record, but Vince came back for a reason. He wanted to make the time he put in as a grizzled veteran to mean something. Now when the former superstar Vince Carter's an old man, maybe he can't say he won a championship, but he can tell his grandkids that he outlasted the careers of Hall of Famers like Robert Parrish, Kevin Garnett, of course Dirk, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the late great Kobe Bean Bryant. All around, VC's a legend we'll never forget, as he's the 19th greatest scorer of all time, an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA player, and a Rookie of the Year winner. He hasn't secured the record quite yet, as the season's not over, but Giannis is about to show everyone who wisely pays attention to the analytical world of basketball just how valuable he is. Currently, Antetokounmpo's 19 decimals ahead of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the highest player efficiency rating in a single season ever. Ridiculous near 30, 12, and 14 averages are of course the basis to why his value is so undeniably generationally great, but what everybody forgets when evaluating Giannis's dominance is his length and lateral quickness combination defensively. The reason why the 2012-13 versions of LeBron and Steph Curry, as well as the 2008-2009 version of LeBron, weren't able to pass the great Wilt Chamberlain in single-season player efficiency rating is because they weren't quite valuable enough defensively. The Greek Freak's size and movement are exceptionally rare qualities, and that's a big factor to why he's setting this record. In the bubble, Slovenian superstar Luka Doncic had a game for the ages against the Sacramento Kings as he poured in 34 points, grabbed 20 boards, and dished out 14 assists. At 21 years of age, Doncic passed now 81-year-old the Big O Oscar Robertson, who had a 30-20-10 game when he was at the spry age of 23. That was back on December 6th, 1961. But on August 4th, 2020, in Orlando, Luka's speed and IQ were simply too much for a Sacramento King defense that never stood a chance. Personally, I can't wait for this man to just gain a few more years of experience, because when Doncic reaches his prime and athletic peak, he'll be stepping back and dunking in the face of everyone, even more than he is now. I hope you enjoyed that list from D-Flow Hoops. If you did, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of my future content, and let me know which record you think is most impressive down below. Here are some answers from last video's question.